And we're back to snowy Canada after a week in the Caribbean. We're very thankful and happy with the week that we spent in the Dominican Republic by the ocean. The warm weather is all a really good time. That said, my wife and I both are quite happy to be back to our regular lives here in snowy Canada. And actually, that's what we were talking about just the other night on our way back from the gym. We were talking about how happy, how content, how satisfied we both were with our lives. Now, some of you might think, well, of course you're happy. You just came back from the Dominican Republic. And sure, it was fun. But really, when you think about it, it doesn't take too long to find someone who enjoys the same temporal blessings as my wife and I do, but aren't happy, aren't content, aren't satisfied with their lives. I mean, lots of people who have bigger houses, better jobs, more money, more trips to the Caribbean. And yet, satisfaction never comes. Happiness never comes. So it really isn't about the blessings. It really isn't about the stuff. What it's really about, as far as I'm concerned, is my wife and I's walk with the Lord. There is a wonderful blessing that comes from walking with the Lord. Something intangible, but real. I happen to know for a fact that if it all went away, the house, the cars, the job, the trips to the Caribbean, I know that I would remain thankful. I know that I would continue to go through life satisfied, happy, even despite the hardship. Why? Because I know I wouldn't go through any of it alone. I would never go through any of it without the Lord. And that is the blessing. It's funny, 2,000 years ago, the Apostle Paul was in jail, and he wrote to the Philippian church and told them that no matter what his circumstances were, whether he abounded or whether he suffered need, he learned to be content. He learned to be happy because he knew that he had the Lord and that everything in the end would work out exactly as the Lord would have it, to his benefit, of course. Whether that benefit came in this life or in the next, Paul had that assurance, and life was good. That's more or less what my wife and I were talking about the other night. How we're content and happy in the Lord. And dear friends, let me assure you, it's good here. And I mean, it's really good here. So, I guess the point, the theme of this little devotional this week is just that. There is joy, there is happiness, there's satisfaction and contentment in the Lord Jesus Christ. So the question I pose to you this week, do you know that contentment? Do you know that happiness? Are you going through this life with that joy? I hope you are. And if you're not, well, won't you make that effort to put yourselves in God's way? That is to say, pick up a Bible or take a few minutes and ask the Lord to guide you, to help you. Or go to a Bible preaching church this Sunday and get on that track. Because let me tell you, And you're probably going to be tired of hearing me say this, but I'll say it again. It's so good here. And that's what I want, ultimately, for all of you watching this right now. I want you to enjoy what I'm enjoying. It's really good to be walking through this life with the Lord Jesus Christ. Won't you, this very week, make sure that that's the life you're living? With that, dear viewers, I leave you and wish you a very happy week, and trust that you will give time to the Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.